Hello everyone, there are changes ahead for the roadmap, perhaps you've heard, and I just wanted to fill you in case you are still tempted by the roadmap, wondering if this is a good time to buy, wondering whether you should wait, wondering if changes mean it's a scam. I hope I have the answers to the questions you're looking for. I'd like to start off by telling everyone that Zach and Hannah originally created the roadmap as training. As training so that others could launch their own businesses, the businesses of their dreams, selling whatever they want, services or physical products or digital products. And that they succeeded. They created a beautiful course. But the tripping point has been that they offered it with master resale rights, which is a beautiful thing that got a little out of hand. Master resale rights simply means Mary sells the course to me for $497. I pay her $497. She puts that $497 in her pocket. Nothing goes back to Zach and Hannah. Nothing. So the master resale rights element was meant to be a nice add-on, meant to be, if you're thinking of selling digital products, just another course you could add to your suite. If you're thinking of making your own courses, you could cut your teeth on sales using the roadmap. It wasn't meant to be the main selling point of the whole course, but things went a little awry. But the changes are going to bring us back to that focus of the roadmap being robust business training. So when I see things went awry, if you have heard that the roadmap is a scam, it is because there are some bad actors out there telling you that you need to buy the roadmap from me tonight, and next week you'll be sipping champagne in the Bahamas because the millions are going to roll in. And that is not true. That is not true. So those are bad actors telling you that. The other kind of bad actor is one that's out there maybe selling the course piecemeal or undercutting. We all signed an agreement that we won't change anything to the course. We won't sell pieces of it off. We won't sell it for less. Some people are selling it for less. When this happens, Zach and Hannah have to take action, and they have been. They have been taking action, going out, revoking rights, but there's so much more to it than that. And it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of money. And do you remember when I said not a dime of any sale goes back to Zach and Hannah unless they sold the course to you directly? So they don't have the funds to keep fighting all of the bad actors. It's not sustainable. So a few weeks ago, they called the roadmap community together and told us something needs to change. We need to be able to cover operating expenses, and we need to be able to fend off these bad actors. They asked for everyone's input. They took questions. They took votes. They're wonderful, wonderful people and wonderful people to work with. And overwhelmingly, people voted for change. And that sort of brings us to today. One option that was voted down was any kind of monthly dues or monthly payment into Zach and Hannah. Instead, we are opting to give Zach and Hannah a cut of every sale up front. Now, the price has always been $497. We expect that to change. We expect that to go up, and Zach and Hannah will take a cut of that, and we will get the remainder. So it will no longer be master resale rights, because although we will have the rights to resell it, we won't be keeping 100% of the profit with this new version of the roadmap. It's sort of a hybrid between master resale rights and affiliate marketing. They're coming up with some kind of cute name for it. It's a hybrid. It's a new model. Very exciting. So the price for the product will change. There will be a commission split. The numbers are not yet decided. If you are already selling the roadmap, or if you've listened to other people selling it, you might be aware the payments are given primarily through Stripe, maybe PayPal, and Stripe offers payment plans. The new version of the roadmap will not use Stripe. There will be one checkout for every roadmap new product purchaser, and that will be controlled by Zach and Hannah. And that solves so many problems. They are able to make sure that paying customers are paying the exact amount they should be paying. They are able to cut off any bad actors who are trying to pull any funny business. We are not sure whether payment options will still be available. It depends. They were still working that out on the last call I listened to. So this hybrid, this new course, new and not new. Not new because it's still the same training. It's just improved. They are making significant improvements in that. It's all video training, and some of the video training is like step-by-step, click here, click there on how to build a system IO funnel, for example. But some of the training is, all right, people, let's talk about the types of businesses and how to evaluate profitability, and let's talk about sales psychology. The current roadmap has video for these, but they're slides, they're screen slides. They are making that more dynamic. They're getting people, they're putting faces in front of the camera, and we've seen a little sneak peek, and it's going to be a nice, refreshed, updated, more engaging kind of training. Again, I think the current training is great, but it will be a significant upgrade in terms of production value. They're also going to add some courses on compliance. That's going to be integrated right into the coursework. They intend to continue to make updates to this new roadmap. And one more thing, with the additional funds that they will be receiving, they are going to beef up their customer service options. I'm not sure how that's going to look, but one of the drawbacks to the current model, and I've said this myself just last week, I think, is that it's a little bit self-service. That is going to continue with the current 3.0 model, but they're going to try and beef that up for the new. I don't know if it's going to be roadmap 4.0 or what. I'm not sure what they're going to call it. So let's take a breath. What happens to 3.0? What has happened in the past is the roadmap to riches turned into the roadmap 2.0, turned into the roadmap 3.0. But for at least a time, 3.0 and the new roadmap will coexist. So this new model will not be, it's an update of, but not an update to. It is not replacing the roadmap 3.0 that exists today, and that those who purchased it can download the modules and deliver them as they wish, or I think most of us just rely on the Kajabi platform to deliver the training. That will stay in place. It will continue as is. So those who have been selling the roadmap for a few years and have a good investment in the Kajabi platform, they might not want to make a move at this time, and they don't have to. That stays put. Going forward, any updates will only be made to the new version. The 3.0 will not continue to be updated. Because of that, they are thinking about making a change to the language, to the agreement, for those of us who purchased the roadmaps, 1, 2, 3, that we would be able to make updates to the coursework on the 3.0 version. That's not a definite, but it was a thought in one of the conversations. They do intend to have Spanish available right at the beginning for the new and improved module. They are considering adding other languages, but right now they have a lot going on, so that's not what's on the plate at the moment. And there is one more detail in that on the 3.0 version, most of the modules are delivered by Zach and Hannah and their team, but there are some guest modules where friends of the roadmap community deliver training largely around the social media platforms. Those are all still there. They're staying in 3.0. Whether they will migrate to 4.0 or be available to 4.0 in some fashion it's still up in the air. What does this mean for you? What does this mean for me? Well, for me, as a current roadmap investor, this means I get all the benefits of the current 3.0 training, and I am grandfathered in to the upgrade. When the new roadmap rolls out, I receive all of that updated training for no additional cost. I have the option of selling the 3.0 as I have been, but I think we will upgrade and sell the newer one. I think there are a lot more benefits to the newer one, and there are problems with the old one. That's why we're making the change. What is important to you, if you're wondering, is this a good time for me to invest in the roadmap? Should I wait? If you purchase the roadmap now, as is, you also get all of the training that exists right now, and you also get all of the updates at no additional cost. Because I'm pretty certain that new price point is going to be an increase, right? I'm pretty sure that the new price point is going to be more than the current price point. So I think it would make sense to purchase now if I were interested in the training. And that's the only reason why you should purchase it, would be for the training. So how soon will this take place? Things are happening. We're getting updates from Zach and Hannah almost weekly now, but they were working on that new payment platform agreement. I think they actually have some announcement out there, but I'm not going to go into it for this video. They have to decide where to host the new course. They're not going to continue with Kajabi for reasons I'm not going to bother going into. They have to refresh all of the training they intend to refresh. They need to take care of various legal matters, and they want to make the transition process as smooth as possible for all of us. So for now, the roadmap continues. It has been, and it continues to be, an excellent training course for those interested in becoming any kind of entrepreneur, but especially a digital entrepreneur. This has been Eileen for the Prosperity Porsche. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you here again real soon.